Today, we had an extraordinary claim by David Cameron that without the EU, there would be war. Now, the Remain campaign must be getting really desperate. If political union is required for peace, then Cameron must be crapping his pants for the biggest military power by a country mile, America, is not in the union with us. If a political union is needed for peace, then he must be terrified of Norway. It's not in the union, and just look how close it is! And Iceland coming in from behind, and Liechtenstein from below, all these dreadful, dreadful enemies. In fact, only 28 of the 50 European countries are in the EU, so we must be 44% at war. He reminds us that the Bosnian War was barely 2 decades ago. That is a ridiculous example. That was not 2 states going to war, it was a war within a country. So being part of a political union would not change that at all. He asks, can we be so sure that peace and stability on our continent are assured beyond any shadow of a doubt? Or can we be assured that it will continue without any shadow of a doubt if we stay in the EU? Some of the dialogue between Germany and Greece is far from peaceful and has been entirely caused by the enforcement of central control onto different countries. So what stops countries from going to war? It is having well-functioning democracies. According to Wikipedia, there were 452 wars in the 20th century. That's a lot of war. 12 of those were between democracies, but if you look at those 12, 5 included newly formed governments, so democracy had not sufficiently developed. One was a continuation of a previous war that was not between democratic states. The First World War is on Wikipedia's list, although the Polity4 project does not consider any of the Central Powers as democracies. One included Lebanon, and I'm sorry Wikipedia, Lebanon was not a well-functioning democracy in the 1960s, and one was an internal war. That leaves 3 wars. 2 of which were between Ecuador and Peru. The other was between El Salvador and Honduras that spilled out of football riots. If you want to avoid wars, you should have well-functioning democracies, and that is exactly what the EU is taking away. By having our laws set by unelected commissioners, can we be sure, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that peace will be assured?